Conor McGregor vs. Etim, the untold battle of legends. Ladies and gentlemen, gather around and hear a tale of grit, fury, and glory. A fight that was more than just a battle inside the cage. It was a clash of dreams and destinies. Tonight, we dive deep into the electrifying showdown between two warriors whose paths crossed on June 17, 2011, during Cage Warriors 55, a night that would forever be etched in the annals of MMA history. On one side, we have the brash and fearless Irishman Conor McGregor, and on the other, the calm and calculated Brit Etim. The rise of Conor McGregor, the Irish thunderstorm. Before stepping into the cage on that fateful night, Conor McGregor was a rising star from the streets of Crumlin, Dublin. Known for his sharp tongue and even sharper fists, McGregor was a man on a mission. With a record that boasted an impressive streak of knockouts, he had already begun to carve a reputation as a fearsome striker. But Conor's rise wasn't without struggle. Growing up in a tough neighborhood, he learned early on that survival meant standing your ground. McGregor's training regimen was intense and unrelenting. Under the guidance of his coach, John Cavanagh at SBG Ireland, he had honed a unique fighting style, a deadly combination of precise boxing, devastating kicks, and an uncanny ability to predict his opponent's moves. Cage Warriors 55 was another opportunity for Conor to prove himself, to climb another rung on the ladder toward greatness. He entered the arena that night, not just as a fighter, but as a man determined to cement his legacy. Etim, the quiet storm. On the opposite side of the cage stood Etim, a seasoned fighter from Liverpool, England. Unlike McGregor, who thrived in the spotlight, Etim was known for his quiet demeanor and respectful attitude toward the sport. He wasn't flashy, but his skills spoke volumes. A black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a formidable striker in his own right, Etim had built his career on technique and discipline. Etim was no stranger to high-pressure situations. Having competed in several high-profile bouts, he knew how to handle the nerves that came with a big fight. His camp had prepared him meticulously for McGregor's aggressive style. They knew Conor would come out swinging, but Etim believed his calm approach and superior grappling skills could neutralize the Irishman's power. The build-up, trash talk meets stoicism. The weeks leading up to Cage Warriors 55 were filled with tension. McGregor, as was his nature, engaged in relentless trash talk. He mocked Etim's quiet demeanor, calling him a coward hiding behind technique and promising to knock him out in the first round. The media loved it. Headlines blared with McGregor's bold claims, and fans eagerly awaited the clash of personalities. Etim, however, remained composed. He didn't respond to McGregor's taunts, choosing instead to focus on his training. When asked about McGregor's comments during a pre-fight interview, Etim simply smiled and said, "The fight will do the talking." Fight night, a clash of styles. The atmosphere in the arena that night was electric. Fans from both sides filled the venue, chanting and waving flags. As the fighters made their way to the cage, the energy was palpable. McGregor entered first, exuding confidence, his trademark swagger on full display. Etim followed, calm and focused, his eyes never leaving his opponent. Round one, the bell rang, and McGregor came out swinging, just as everyone had expected. He launched a flurry of punches, each one aimed at ending the fight early. But Etim was prepared. He dodged and weaved, landing counter-strikes that kept McGregor at bay. Halfway through the round, Etim attempted a takedown, but McGregor defended it well. The round ended with both fighters still standing, but McGregor had clearly been the aggressor. Round two. If the first round was a test of skill, the second round was a display of raw power. McGregor, sensing that Etim was tiring, turned up the intensity. He landed a devastating left hook that rocked Etim, followed by a brutal uppercut. Etim stumbled, but refused to go down. The crowd roared as McGregor pressed forward, unleashing a barrage of strikes. Finally, with a perfectly timed spinning back kick, McGregor sent Etim crashing to the canvas. The referee stepped in, and the fight was over. McGregor had won by TKO in round 2. Aftermath, the roar of victory and the silence of defeat. As the referee raised McGregor's hand, the crowd erupted. Conor climbed onto the cage, shouting to his fans and basking in the glory of victory. In the post-fight interview, he was his usual charismatic self. "I told you all I'd knock him out. I'm here to take over, and this is just the beginning." Etim, on the other hand, handled his defeat with grace. He congratulated McGregor and thanked his fans for their support. In his post-fight statement, he said, "It wasn't my night, but I'll be back stronger. Respect to Conor for a great fight." Controversies, hype Vs, humility. Despite the respect shown after the fight, controversies brewed. McGregor's critics accused him of being disrespectful, while his supporters praised his confidence and showmanship. Etim's fans, meanwhile, lamented that his calm approach had been overshadowed by McGregor's bravado. Some questioned whether the referee had stopped the fight too early, arguing that Etim could have continued. However, most agreed that McGregor's performance had been dominant, and the result was fair. Legacy of the fight. For McGregor, this fight was a stepping stone to superstardom. It showcased his striking prowess and his ability to sell a fight, setting the stage for his meteoric rise in the MMA world. For Etim, it was a learning experience. Though he lost, he gained respect for his toughness and sportsmanship. Years later, fans still talk about that night at Cage Warriors 55, the night when an Irish thunderstorm met an English quiet storm, and the world witnessed the birth of a legend. So, there you have it, folks. A story of two men, two styles, and one unforgettable night. A tale of fire and ice, bravado and humility, victory and defeat. The night Conor McGregor and Terry Etim gave us a fight to remember.